Gemini, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to start here with your current energy and just see what is happening in your world. And your past. I'm not surprised. So at the bottom of the deck here, I am getting the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is this self-imposed prison of the mind. And so you're very much up in your head right now around whatever is taking place here. I am getting the sense that you're moving through something, and whatever you're moving through, it's pretty painful here. So I'll start with that Eight of Swords. We'll get into a little bit more there. But what I'm getting in your kind of near, just kind of your current energy, there's some sort of disconnect that's taking place right now because you're very much up in your head trying to process through something. But then I'm also getting the Ace of Cups with the Chariot. I don't know if you're aware of this, but you are sitting here with a brand new beginning, one that is meant to kind of restore happiness or allow you to move forward, going after exactly what you want here. But with the Chariot energy, this is a card of success. And so it's Cancer energy that may or may not resonate, but it is about your current energy is a brand new beginning, something here that is meant to be very successful. But with you being up in your head the way that you are, I'm just getting the sense that you're not really seeing it, not clearly anyway. And so when I look at what you need to focus on here with that 10 of Pentacles energy, this is about could be family, could be long-term happiness, long-term stability for sure with that Pentacles energy. And so these goals and the dreams that you have, the kind of life that you want to live, this is what you're being encouraged to really focus on. And it's not so much the pain, it's how you move through it. It's how you kind of close out this chapter. Because I'm getting the sense here in the past with this Four of Pentacles that you're very focused on your foundation. You might have been like disrupted. I'm trying to find the right word to articulate this because it feels like there was a lot of change that took place around you. And it was almost this kind of stripping away of all of these things in your life that were holding you back, just not allowing you to move forward, not in a way that was really meaningful, not from your perspective. And so what it did was it caused you to focus on your foundation. And all of the removal of these things in your life said, okay, we need you to get back to basics. We need you to focus on your foundation, which is exactly what you're doing now, so that you can have better opportunities present themselves in the future. Because what's being stripped away had limitations, and what's coming forward, that's yet to be known. You get the ability to write that script, and so it can be as expansive as you want. What you couldn't do was take an old chapter with a finite ending and say, I want to grow and expand it. It had that finite ending. And so that's what was removed from your life. Your strength here is the Nine of Swords. And it's interesting because the 8, the 9, and the 10 are all out here. And so the Nine of Swords showing up in your strength position, it feels like you are processing through everything. This one here indicates maybe headaches, sleepless nights, stress, anxiety, all of it. But really what's coming down to this card sitting in your strength is that you are moving through it. You're not dismissing your feelings around the subject. You're not trying to just kind of compartmentalize and address it later. The sooner that you address it, the quicker that you start to gain those rewards that are sitting there right in front of you. And so the King of Swords is showing up in your near future. And so male or female is just the energy of the card. This is actually your card showing up here. And so you are moving away from a situation. You are processing through it. The King of Swords tells me that you're actually in the process of removing this altogether. It's just a matter of timing, and it's a matter of just being diligent and consistent with working through it. When I look at the external influences here, I'm getting the Four of Swords with the 10 of Cups. The Four of Swords, this is an ending. It was meant to reestablish stability for you with all of these fours showing up here. And then with the 10 of Cups, this is long-term emotional fulfillment. And so seeing this and how the universe is orchestrating this, it's very similar to the Four of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. I'm getting the Four of Swords with the 10 of Cups. This is really It's meant to create an opportunity here for you to maximize your potential, have that long-term stability that you want, that you're being encouraged to focus on, have that emotional fulfillment that you want as well. And so I can see, sitting in your hopes or fears, the Empress energy. It's Venus. It's focused on what you love and value. It could be about a relationship, or maybe trying to go and enter into a relationship here. Maybe we do have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Cups, and both of those do talk about long-term family. They're marriage cards within tarot. And so when I look at your potential outcome here, I'm getting the Moon with the Ten of Swords. And so what you're doing is you're working to uncover everything. This tells me here, Ten of Swords, you're closing out the cycle. I'm getting that with the King of Swords in your near future. By the time you get to the 10, you've closed it out. And so what this is doing, though, with the Moon energy, is it's clearing through your emotions. And that's how it's coming through, clearing any emotional block that you've had in order to be able to move forward. Wow, that's pretty significant. So let's get more details to all of this. Tell me what the Ace of Cups and the Chariot. Judgment. Very clear decision here with the Judgment card to focus on just your path forward, and not that kind of energy that you've been dealing with, that painful ending, whatever it is that you've been processing through from an emotional standpoint. This tells me here that you are starting to focus on a new beginning. It's almost as though you need to focus on the new beginning in order to completely close out the ending, in order to fully release whatever has been blocking you emotionally from embracing this new beginning. With the Ten of Pentacles, I am getting the Two of Wands, if I can get the words out. So Ten of Pentacles, Two of Wands, this is really about you seeing an opportunity way off in the distance, recognizing the long-term opportunity, focusing on that. The more that you focus on what is possible, and what you need to do in order to get there, the easier it is to put behind this emotional block, because you don't want to block your own happiness. And what's coming through is you're aware of that. You recognize where that's taking place. You're working through it, and you're getting ready to release it here. Tell me about that Four of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords showing up in the past, it's showing up in the future here. Ten of Swords, this is that painful ending. So whatever the universe removed from your life, it did not feel good. That Ten of Swords, it's a painful ending. So there was a lot of pain connected to it, but it was really meant to restore you. It was meant to solidify your foundation, get you back onto this kind of even footing, this balanced energy, so that you could move forward. Let's get that Nine of Swords. Strength card. Yeah, this is exactly what you're doing. You're moving through the painful ending. You're working with the energy. You're figuring out, what do you need to do in order to remove this block, in order for you to really embrace the future that you want for yourself. With the King of Swords, I'm getting the Three of Cups. King of Swords, Three of Cups, that's exactly what you're doing. You're removing this emotional block so that you can be happy again. That's exactly how this is coming through. Tell me about the Four of Swords. Star. So the star is a healing energy. So the Four of Swords star, the universe is really setting you up to heal, but it's also so that you can focus on your long-term goals and dreams. That's exactly how all of this is playing out. Because whatever this was in the past, it was never going to go where you needed it to. And so the universe is saying, okay, but that ended. You need to work through this. You need to open yourself up. Don't sit in a period of stagnation. We want you to move forward. With the Ten of Cups, I am getting the Nine of Wands. This is the wound. This is the pain that you're dealing with right now. The universe is saying, okay, but what we're doing is, you might be a little bit closed off right now while you're processing through whatever ended here, that pain and that painful ending. But this wound here does need to be addressed so that you can move forward, because right now your walls are up and it's preventing you from achieving that long-term happiness. And so the universe has been showing you what this wound is, giving you all the tools necessary to work through it. And I see you getting ready to release it. With the Empress, I'm getting the Nine of Swords. Exactly. So it looks like this is all connected to love and romance, that you had some sort of painful ending, something here that you expected to go the distance, and the relationship itself came to an end. And so what's showing up here is You need to heal from that ending so that you can embrace a new beginning, because you do have a new beginning showing up. Clarifying the moon and the 10 of swords is the moon card again. I'm actually going to get a little bit more advice for you here on how to fully release this. It looks like you are getting ready to, but it feels like that it's still a block. It's still something that's preventing you. Because when I see the moon showing up twice in your potential outcome, there's this fear around, is this going to happen again? Am I never going to get what I'm looking for? Am I never going to be able to have what it is that I want? Because the moon does hide things in shadow. And so you're not seeing clearly. And so what is it? What's the advice here for Gemini on how to release and trust that this won't happen again? So what I'm getting here, you have all the 10s out here, by the way. So I'm getting the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands, you've been doing the work. This tells me that you've learned the lesson. That's what this is all about. The 10 of Wands, closing out a cycle where you've done all the work. There's a lot of burdens and responsibilities on you. But what I'm also getting here is the Empress with the Lovers. And so all the work that you're doing, incorporating those lessons, indicates that's not a cycle that's going to repeat. And when I get the Empress with the Lovers, this is love and relationships. And so this is a high vibrational, divinely connected, divinely guided relationship. You've got Empress, a Venus energy that rules relationships, also the ruler of your sign. But then we've got the Lovers energy, not the ruler of your sign. The Lovers is your sign. Sorry, I mixed that up. The Lovers here showing up in your energy with the Empress. I mean, this is all about love and romance, love and relationships, and having the kind of relationship that you're looking for. This is a very high vibrational connection. And the only way that you're going to get there is by healing and trusting in the work that you're doing, because you are incorporating all those lessons. If you're unsure about whether or not you really have incorporated all the lessons, so whatever happened here in the past, recognizing the red flags, preventing those from going forward, you can always ask your guides for guidance too. They're going to help you understand what this is. You can ask for specific signs, or you can ask for what tools are necessary, kind of guide me to what I need to do in order so that I don't repeat that lesson again. So Gemini, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.